Previously on Survivor. 20 players returned for a second chance and were instantly split into tribes of guys and girls, with a twist.
Everyone in this game will have a secret pair with someone on the opposite tribe. If you are the last pair standing, you get max 2 rounds of immunity, 2 tribals of safety, okay?
Some partners connected right away, while others got off on the wrong foot.
It's now 5:50 and he still hasn't answered, so that's a little disappointing.
On the girls' tribe, an early alliance of 4 was formed, while Holly, Victoria, and Sierra were left in the dark.
Lines were kind of drawn right there. We see where we sit right now. I have to build from the bottom.
When the guys' tribe lost the closest immunity challenge in history, a quick alliance of 5 formed, and Chris LeCompte set his sights on Ryan. But Ryan fought back, and he and Chris Thomas pushed LeCompte to flip the vote onto Alex Pascal.
I think if him and I work together, we can show that him and I are the true Survivor All-Stars.
And at the vote, the rest of the tribe followed suit.
Congrats, Chris. You got your way this time, not next time.
Pascal, tribe is spoken.
19 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
It's always rough.
We don't have to differentiate between Alexes anymore. You're now just Alex.
I didn't want to vote Alex, but I had to. Otherwise, I would have been out next. I mean, I still might be out next, but higher powers made me. Guys, we're not losing to the girls again, right?
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah, we're gonna crush them next time.
I can't do that twice in the same week. Eric, Jordan, Seshuba, and Chris LeCompte, those 3, and plus Micah, gave me their word that they were going to vote Ryan next time we would lose. Which is good because it's not me, and I want Ryan out because he wants me out. So right now, the plan moving forward is to get Ryan out next. I don't actually want to win this next challenge. I want Ryan gone, and then I want to win challenges. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to throw it by any means, but hey, at least one person's out. Yeah. It was one of our allies, kind of, but...
Getting out Alex helps solidify the relationship that Evan and I have with Chris, Eric, and all the other people. But it's disappointing that I wasn't at that conversation with the 5 of them. So, I want to meet up and just talk to them, establish that line of communication with them, and show that hey, I'm also here and I want to work with you.
Ryan does want to come for you too, so I have to tell him that Mike could be an option. So that's not me putting your name out there because I'm not going to do it.
But don't worry, we have numbers.
I'm just telling you.
I do not think this alliance is secure at all. I mean, I know that Chris and Eric are obviously working together. Me and Evan are working together primarily. I don't know where Shubal falls, but I think this is just a 5 out of necessity, not necessarily fully out of trust.
Eric is basically my vote. I don't really talk to you.
Chris L he's interesting. The things he was saying sounded really genuine, but I just had this nagging suspicion that he's just trying to manipulate me while we were there.
We want to fix that because we want our score to be super close. Yeah.
I'm gonna trust him now. I still think that I'm gonna try and split him and Eric up later on, just because I think it's really dangerous to have both of them in the game.
After Ryan, it gets a lot shakier. Hopefully, we don't lose.
I kind of want Chris Thomas out.
Yeah, dude, Chris Thomas is being kind of a dick. He's a dick.
So I don't really like Chris Thomas all too much, just because he kind of rubs me the wrong way.
I literally almost quit 5 minutes ago. Because I told him I was leaving by 10:30, and he told me to quit, and I said, all right, I'll quit then. And then he was like, okay, we'll try to make it go as fast as possible.
Chris Thomas I don't know if it's an act, I don't know if he's just trying to rub people the wrong way, but I mean, which he definitely is, rubbing some people the wrong way. I just wish he would be more game savvy and just life savvy, and I think he's gonna just lead people to want him out of the game.
Hey Chris, you gotta put the flaps away.
Chris Thomas was acting drunk. He'd been acting pretty chill up until that point, but just the fact that he's trying to hurry tribal along to go out, I think rubbed people the wrong way. But we ended up going out anyway.
If I had to have a number 1, it'd be Chris Thomas. He doesn't have...
Shubal's my number 1!
No.
I bonded with Shubal last night. We went to the bar, and we got tequila. And tequila's a very friendly drink, so potential even more working with Shubal.
The bottom line is I trust you.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I actually trust you. Me and you were a fucking twosome. Like, do we really feel safe with Ryan? Why would we just go with Ryan and pick off?
I have no beef with anybody. So basically, I'm like a chameleon. I am just changing my game to depend who I'm talking to. I need to go along with Lacomp's plan, so he thinks I'm that little puppy, but I also got to keep Thomas close, just in case shit happens, the power alliance we have. And I know I'm the first one out of that alliance too, so you gotta have a back plan. I don't plan on backstabbing them yet, but if you don't have a backup plan or a cushion to fall back on, you're just not playing the game.
I'm gonna be honest, I want you to be my number one, but I don't want to flip yet.
I'm down to be number one though.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
In this game right now, I don't have that much power, I don't have that much sway. I know it. So I'm just boasting Chris Lacomp's ego, boasting Chris Thomas's ego. Those guys think they're alpha male players. And alpha male players need somebody that's gonna follow them, but they're sadly mistaken, because I'm gonna be a force to be reckoned with this game.
Yeah, we can do that. Wait,
As of now, I feel pretty alone on the tribe. But since we don't have a tribal coming up, I'm not freaking out too much.
For where I stand, I just feel like the one person I knew from my season is Michelle, and she's already with other people right now. Everyone else is a business major, and then it's just like me.
Yes, and I feel the same exact way. I would like to work with Sabrina and Shannon closely, and then use our three to pull in Victoria and Sierra, because they already feel like they were on the outs like I was, which would give us 5, which means we would only need one more person to get majority.
We both finished 6th.
Did you finish 6th? I didn't know that.
I
Okay,
did
so
too.
it's Fiona.
I feel like we play very similar games, and that can definitely take us far.
Yes, I think
Because
so.
Holly is going to be my go-to girl on my tribe, because Chris told me that she had feelings of being kind of an outsider in our tribe too. Because Chris was like, who are you closest to in your tribe? And I'm like, literally nobody.
No one, right?
Nobody. Like, there's no one I'm texting games up to. Like, the most I talk to you is probably Chris, just Chris.
Yep. So yeah, I'm totally willing to be in this alliance. And then if we can get Sabrina in, I think that we can pull her into a 3. And then if we can
Trios are the best thing
Yes.
you can do in this game.
Yes.
So I kind of reached out to her. We met up the next day and kind of made like a pact to work together, which I feel really good about because I feel like she's like a pretty genuine person.
I honestly think we could get Victoria and Sierra for now, because I'm not willing to work with Victoria past a certain point because she lied to my face so many times.
That's understandable. Like I know what happened your season.
If everything goes the way I want it to, I would be in a very good position. But I don't want to be too overbearing when people like align with me. So, and I think that takes time. So that's why I think us winning this first challenge is going to give me that time to show that I can be trustworthy and I can be a good person to align with. Seeing that entire group go off, like to the bathroom, was like a wake-up call for me.
No, for sure.
So, like that just kind of drew lines. Like me and Sierra should know where we stand right now.
No, it's very obvious.
Like,
I don't know how I feel about Holly. I feel like a part of her is still very bitter at me for backstabbing her, and I completely understand that.
Once I saw where we stood, I was like, last season, like no, like there's no hard feelings going into this. I just want you to know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, like no.
She's told me multiple times that she's fine with it, but I know that if we do have an alliance in the future, she'll always have that little thought in her brain that she can't trust me.
We can bring in Sabrina, and I think we can get Shannon.
Okay.
Because Shannon doesn't really have any ties to anyone besides Michelle.
You know, she's definitely a strong competitor as always. we'll see how everything plays out moving forward. But, you know, she's something I could consider putting myself in an alliance with.
So are you down with that?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
So I think it might be a good idea if you and me stick together.
I would say, honestly, my number one would probably be Sierra. I screwed her. I dicked her. I deserved to like keep her around for a while and not do what I did last time. And then Holly and Victoria, I don't exactly trust, but right now I have to trust them in our group of 4.
So, you know, I was thinking based on our group of people, it looks like people are going to start tribing together based on seasons. Because it's who you know.
Yep. So
Okay.
I talked to Victoria last night.
Okay.
So I was like, it's going to be me, you, Sabrina, and Sierra.
Yeah, I already talked to Sierra.
You did
and-
talk to Sierra?
Yeah.
So you're in too?
Yeah, I'm definitely in.
100%. Awesome.
So it's 4-4-2. But I think the 4 on the season 2 are divided into 2 and 2. We got Ashley and Rebecca, Nicole and Siona.
Siona and Ashley like kind of have like a riff between them. Like they don't really like. I don't think they like each other.
I feel like Ashley doesn't like anybody.
Yeah, that's another point.
And right now Siona is in the group of 3. But if we get out Ashley first and we can pull on Rebecca and we also think we can pull on Shannon, then make the other 3 a really easy target. And she was one of the people that was like, I can't believe that this is boys versus girls. If you don't want to play, then just tell us. We'll vote you out right away, honey.
That's how you play Survivor. You just pin everybody against each other and sit back and do nothing.
You know, right now, in the position I'm in, I feel like I have a really good chance making it all the way past the merge, past tribe swaps. Like, you know, girls have won the last challenge. We're not in any danger at all. I already have a master plan of who's going out and how I'm gonna do it.
Are you like loner, kinda?
Now that I don't have a secret alliance.
Yeah, I mean that's a shame.
When Alex got out, I thought about it and I was like, honestly, someone I could get a relationship with, like that I know enough to form a relationship with, that could benefit me. And Chris was like the person that came to my mind.
I don't want to vote Siona out first. I just feel like I don't know why I don't, but I don't. And I feel like
Have you told anyone else that Alex was your partner, other than Becca?
no, I don't even talk to anyone else.
You don't need to like put it on blast, but like, and yeah,
Well, I think I want to put it on blast.
I think you will.
because-
I think you will be a target because you and Becca are so close, and since she's safe, you would be an option. I feel like, especially if there's like friction,
Right.
especially if there's, yeah. I mean, if you two are that close and they know they can't get her, they might just be like, why don't we? You know what I mean?
Crap.
Definitely never again run deja vu with Ryan, but Ashley reached out, learned that her secret pair was Pascal.
I mean, if we were to come on a tribe, like, I feel like this could be helpful for both of us.
I
Because
just
like,
wanted to
this is-
establish a
yeah, well, this is
relationship with
yeah,
someone.
well,
Obviously, we did not get along in our season, but it started as civil, and now it seems like we potentially could have some element of trust at some point in the game, which is very interesting.
All right, so obviously, you are my secret person, Ving.
Thank God.
When I found out my partner, I was just like, okay, yeah, because I don't really know him. But considering I have not talked to any of the girls nor the guys yet about aligning or about anything game related, or really at all, I figured I should at least start, and he was a good person to start with.
We should keep it as secret as possible at the moment, at least.
I don't see any reason to divulge it. It also encourages us to not lie to each other because we want each other in the game.
That is true. Jeez, this is a great twist. Good job,
Yeah.
Austin.
My female partner finally came to me. It's Rebecca, which is really, really interesting because she was voted out first in her season, which is both good and bad.
It's already further than I made it before, so.
Well done.
Thanks.
Well done. On the plus side, it means that no one knows how she plays the game, so people can't predict how she's going to move. But on the other hand, she is expendable according to her teammates, season mates, which could be bad because I want to keep her in the game as long as possible.
What can you tell me about the girls from your season?
Good questions. You want to get all the information out?
I don't know very
That's
much.
fine. I'm fine divulging information if
Yeah.
you're a lot stronger. Victoria is a huge player.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
not
she's-
underestimate her.
I told her basically everything I knew at that point, and I felt like giving her that information to get her as a strong ally was more than worth it.
We'll see who wins the next challenge, and I guess go from there.
Okay. I'm gonna rent a mass.
You're gonna what?
Rent a mass.
Oh.
Because there's the first mass of the
I'm Jewish. I have no idea.
Catholic mass, excuse me.
No, I mean, I figured that out, but I think I'll be able to get along well with him. And he seems like someone who will play the game honestly, but not too honestly. And it'll be good.
You're my first friend in Maryland.
My first friend in Maryland. Actually, well,
You're my first friend in the entire state of
right. You're my first friend from Colorado.
Ooh.
Me and Sabrina are best friends. I've known her since my freshman year. We were actually in orientation together. We sat next to each other. And we were like, I didn't bring my mom. And then we became really good friends.
I have something I need to tell you.
Go fuck.
Brandon?
Yes.
You're my secret partner.
Yes! You don't understand!
It's Spirit!
Oh. I hate you. I hate you. You got me so excited. No. No. Get off me.
My goal in these votes right now is to strengthen my relationships with enough people that I can to make sure that I get through to the switch up of boys and girls. And so we're just trying to keep it on the down low because it's a good way of having contact somewhere, but also through Sabrina. Sabrina and Eric are still tight, so now I have a foot in the door on that front as well.
Do you want to keep this 3 between the 3?
Yeah,
you and Sabrina as a nice
we should
stronghold 3.
Yeah, if we all have to get to the merge, but that's the first step. So that's me and you working together.
Right.
Brandon is kind of like my Sabrina of this season. As in, I feel like he's just gonna basically just vote whatever way I say for him to vote.
I mean, Sabrina was my girl in my season.
Right.
I kept her around a while. I know I can trust her basically 100%.
Right.
And if you're her friend, I guess I can trust
No, definitely. I'm not gonna screw you over.
Obviously, let's keep this conversation between us. And don't.
Obviously.
Right now in the game, I'm feeling pretty actually confident. I think I'm sitting pretty between a lot of potential alliances.
I was a little bit of a douche in my season.
What's cool about this game is I really haven't had to do any of the scheming. At this point in my game, I'd already lied to half of my tribe. It's just been a lot easier this game for me. I think I'm in a pretty good position.
Why is Chris the queen bee of the entire tribe right now? Why is everyone deferring to him?
I'm definitely trying to just stay alive for now. Not trying to put a target on my back. I just don't want LeCompte around in the long run because he's a good player and he's got pull with everybody.
I feel like so many people are just Chris's puppets.
Chris is running the game, but
Senti will definitely do what he says. I feel like Shannon will definitely do what he says. King's obviously doing what he says.
Problem is when you're the puppet master, eventually you have to start sacrificing some of your pieces and start pissing people off. Usually come merge time.
No one ever wants to say anything bad about him, which is probably smart, except for me. I'm the one that's always pushing and prodding. I don't know, does it not worry you that Chris is super close with Evan and that foursome? Does that not worry you at all?
No, it worries me. It does.
Me and Chris are actually good friends, but I'm pretty close to Chris. I would not trust him at all, literally at all. If you guys every second.
He's probably promised you and Evan, him and King, gonna be a foursome. He's probably promised Ryan the same thing. He's
probably tells everybody hey, if you all stick together, we'll make it.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe next week, not this week. LeCompte maybe, and everyone's like, okay, not this week though, maybe next week. You said you wouldn't want to do it next week though?
Well, I don't know if I would want to do it next week.
So we could get out anybody.
Anybody? Chris LeCompte. But that's not happening this week.
I'm hoping at some point somebody else is gonna be that's a good idea, let's vote out LeCompte. And then I'll be okay, finally somebody, and then I can kind of gather the numbers. But as of right now, it seems like I'm kind of the only one heading the attack on him.
I wouldn't be down for making that move just because,
I think it's okay.
Chris is talking to me. That's the only reason.
Maybe closer to the merge, it might be smart to try and get rid of one of them.
First thing, hands down, we're voting out LeCompte. King. What's the fucking theory?
Let's do it.
Yeah!
Waiting day one for that.
It's a good way to put this. Don't have the balls to make a move on him yet. So I'll be the one to initiate that, and then hopefully everyone jumps on board with it.
Alright, come on in, guys. Alright, welcome guys to your second challenge. Furiosa, you guys are looking for the first time at the new Urukai tribe. Alex Pascal voted out of the last tribal. Cheering? Wow. Alright, let's get to the challenge. Sabrina. Alright. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. I know you guys want a piece of this guy.
It's a girl. It's a girl.
It's got boobs.
It's genderless. It's a girl.
There we go. For today's challenge, this is an old classic. We've done it in all the seasons. This is a blindfold challenge. So what you're going to do, there are 8 stations around marked by cones. You need to find 8 sticks for your tribe. They're marked with your color, so you'll know which one is yours. You have to grab the one with your color, otherwise you're helping the other team. Once you get those sticks, put them all in your area. You'll run over, solve a puzzle with them. After you solve that puzzle, you'll move to the table where you have a second puzzle with the sticks. Solve that puzzle, first team wins immunity. All right? Okay, so Victoria and Sierra are not here, so we're gonna play this 8-on-8. Guys, you're gonna sit out one person from this challenge. We'll give you guys a minute to strategize and then we'll start. All right? Guys, who's sitting out of the challenge?
Ryan.
Alright, for Furiosa, we have Sabrina calling. For Urukai, we have Brandon calling.
Yeah.
Playing for immunity. Gotta get 8 sticks, then you can move on. Survivors ready. Go!
Watch over this bounce beam. One more step, go over, you're good. Okay, Evan, 9 o'clock, and go straight that way. Good, stand, here, go straight. It's a little bit further out, Chris Thomas. A little bit further out.
I can't even hear
Micah, 3 o'clock, straight that way.
Brandon, do we have the right one?
Turn around, you're the wrong side of the... Yes, right one, come back. No. Chris Lagambe has it.
Chris Lagambe has one.
Come back.
A little bit further out.
Sabrina!
Holly's got one stick each.
Hey, Brandon!
Shibo, come back.
Yeah, no,
Hey, Shibo, you have to go to the... right there, put it down. Wait, no, come back. You have to pick it back up so you put it on the actual thing.
Chris puts it on. Holly puts it on. We are tied at 1.
And, okay, so go over there. Yes. Go.
Early lead for the men.
Sabrina!
Right way. Go straight. Chris Thomas, 2 o'clock. Over the balance.
Alright, bounce, you're telling me. It's like 7
Urukai's got a lead early. They're about to have their 3rd stick. Sabrina, you gotta pick it up.
Evan, go 9 o'clock and go straight.
Oh my gosh, his hair that I hold like that's mine.
Is this like a double date?
Come for it, put it down. No. Yes, that's good. Now go out.
Chris is done. They've got 3.
Brandon!
No, other one.
Got it.
That's the right one. Come back, Shubo. Go over the balance beam. Going back in the same direction again.
What is that? Like a water bottle. What the fuck? Sabrina, if we're right here, you need to pay attention to us. Sabrina, yes, you're good. Keep moving toward my foot. There you go. Okay, you're almost complete. There you go.
Chris Thomas, step, go 11 o'clock. There's a step coming up right in front of you. And then go straight from there. Go straight from there. Okay, get it? Wait. Yes, you're right on it. And
please don't make it in front of me, Austin.
Urukai's got 4 right now. Sabrina and Furiosa have 2. Actually, Rebecca came back with 1. Evan slams into the balance beam. That's going to leave a mark.
Who the fuck put that there?
Hey, Jordan, what are we doing? Brandon.
Whoa.
It's now 4-3. It's about to be 4-4.
right behind you on the floor. Alex, in front of you on the floor. Put me in there. And then go 9 o'clock, Shubo. 9 o'clock, Shubo.
Oh, I found that one. Actually, go to your left.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan, we're coming back.
Go straight
Brandon, we're coming
Straight that way.
I don't think. Oh, no, I got it. Not in my door. No, I have someone. Brandon!
Come back. Come back. Yes, and go straight. Go straight that way. Straight that way.
Holly, Nicole, and Shannon coming back with one. Chris and Chris have one. Girls have 4, and girls are about to take the lead.
Michelle or Siona? Okay, cool.
Turn 9
Chris and Chris have gotten a lot of them.
Turn no.
Another tight one to start the game. They've got to get them back on top.
Your left. Go to your left. Go to your left. You feel that one? Put it back on. Push it back. Then up. You put one down. Doesn't take that one out.
Girls are about to have their sticks. Got to lay it on. Siona. No, it's not on.
Brandon!
Wait, no, this is a normal stick.
That's the right one, Shubo. That's the right one. Come back.
Okay, you 3 stay because we're going for the last 2 right now.
Evan and Shubal coming down. They're looking for their 7th. It's dead even right now.
Go straight. Go straight. Wait up. Where's the go?
It's all going to come down to seconds here for the lead.
More to your right, sorry. More to your right. You gotta put it down. Stop. We're waiting for the last group.
Guys have their 7.
Right behind you.
I got it. That's it.
Let's go. Get the last one.
Chris and Chris have one.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Ashley grabs, oh, but she knocks it down.
Are you fucking kidding me? No, I need you to fix that one.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're almost here, guys. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
They've got 7. Here they come with the 8th. Both tribes coming in with their last thing. Evan and Shubal, you got to move.
Sabrina!
You're almost here, guys. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Girls have all 8 blindfolds. Go. Girls are going on to the puzzle.
Sabrina!
No, it has to be the cone. Take it up. Put it to you. Yeah, right there. Put it down. No, in front. Yes. Wait. Yes. Go. Take it. Blindfold off. Go. Let's go. Go run. Who's doing it?
Guys are going. Guys take a lead now.
Okay, Holly, Rebecca, are you guys doing it?
All right, behind the cone. Behind.
Chris and Evan working on the puzzle. Rebecca and Holly working on it for the girls. Immunity at stake. Another tight battle. You must use all the sticks. They all be the same size. All 3 squares are the same size.
No, keep that where it is and move these up and then put the S in the middle next to the F. Put the one you just had back where you had it where your foot is. This one? Take that, put it where your foot is.
Make them long and then put the 3 across. Okay, make it long. Okay, let's go over here. Yeah, we have to stay on the...
You got loose ends.
How is that not?
It's not equal out. Those are not squares.
We don't have
Those are not squares. Those are not squares in the loose ends. These are rectangle right here. It's not the solution.
Make sure you guys stand by the hula hoop.
2 people can move it at once. Girls, back up behind the hula hoop. Behind the hula hoop, or I gotta move you back. Siona. Sabrina and Shannon think they might have something.
Back up.
Ricky's off sticks.
Fuck.
So close.
You didn't say that they can't also just be like...
2 people can move it. This is it. You guys gotta take a 15-second penalty. You guys have been up and back.
Alright, well let's not do that. But that's...
There is a solution.
Hey, you have to cross it. Does it matter if something goes through the middle of them? I don't think does.
You'll know you get it when you get it. Evan trying now. A lot of engineers here. A lot of honors kids. A lot of smart people. All stumped by this puzzle. Guys trying something out.
Put it on the end. Put it on the end of that one there. Take the Y. Take the one with the Y and put it on the end.
Everybody's still struggling. It's been about 10 minutes. Both sides looking for that breakthrough.
Starting with all the big ones, I was just thinking. Oh, that's a good idea.
Right, there's a fourth quadrant. Try and move the big stick.
Girls think they might be onto something.
Yeah, that was all. One, give it up, and then one, two, and then take that short. Oh, take that one off and make it intersect. Okay, no, other way. Okay. Oh, yes, yeah. Oh my gosh!
Girls have it! Work on the pot. Hey, only 2 people up. 2 people up. Everybody back. Everybody back.
Oh, okay, give me the stick. Oh, yes! Guys, come on! Okay.
It's what I said.
Guys, freaking out now. They can lose again.
Someone come back, sorry.
Girls trying to figure it out.
What is this? Ashley, can you read the unscramble the sticks to form a mixed letter or word related to what you're seeking.
Oh, put that on the end. Put that on the end. There you go. In here, and then where? Use the long one at the bottom. Here. Bottom, right there. No, the long one goes there. The long one goes for shoe bullets. The long one goes there. Let me second. I'm out.
I need to go.
Boys have it. Go. Right, grab some.
E-Y, isn't it? No, only one. What are you holding? Sorry, not that. Safe 15? No, safe. What the fuck do you spell safety?
When you have it, put it together and step back. When you have it, put it together and step back. Put the letters together.
Is there a clue? Safety.
No, that's one. One will not be. It's this one. That's it, right?
F-E. All set! We had it first!
Things gotta be together. No one sticks her together. Girls win immunity. I said to both teams together. They either had it or they put it together. Either put it together first or had it together. It's both ways. They said safety before. But they already said safety too, so by that standard, it's still the same thing. Close battle again. Girls, for the second straight time. Guys, it was close. Either way you slice it. Yeah. You guys are tribal council again. Figure out we can do Sunday night, Monday night, Monday. I don't have anything else. You guys are good.
I just gotta say, I mean, if girls no, that's why I'm still sitting here. Like,
we're just like a really good. I feel like we're a good team.
We all work well together.
Yeah, like people have strong areas. Like all different things.
When I see that smug look on their face, like they've got it under control, it like boils my blood because it just reminds me of how often I'm underestimated. And to beat the shit out of them is, I like went berserk. Like I was like jumping up and down with like Michelle and Shannon. I was so happy. It felt so good. It felt so good to fucking clobber the guys.
Chris thought he won, so he fucking Hulk tore his shirt off looking crazy, and then found out he lost and was pissed as shit. I thought it was really funny though.
I like saw like just the end of it when he threw it on the ground. Like I'm just picturing you going, "Ugh."
It's like scary. I was like walking toward Austin. Austin said he was like a little frightened.
Yeah, you did do a good job. Not getting stressed out, especially.
You done good, girl.
Yeah, you did good.
Everybody hear me? Winning the challenge is amazing. Do you know how much it sucked losing all those challenges last season? I felt like a challenge beast. That's a perfect way to describe it. I love winning.
The thing when I had it and she had whack. Fuck out of my way.
Oh my god, let's go! No, literally, Colin, you were like, I got this.
Props to Chris for tearing his shirt off, so that was kind of cool.
Mood's pissed. Except for Ryan, who seemed oddly calm because he didn't do shit. But like, everybody else just seems pissed and disappointed yet again.
I'm so done with go pick up hearing and cheer. I'm so done with it.
In my mind, just because like meritocracy, Ryan should probably be the next one to be out. They had a penalty, and by that time, the other two people already got everything else.
True. But you're solid. I want you around.
I hope I'm solid.
I want you around. I hope you want me around.
Much like my season, with the first vote, the person who we were all so sure was supposed to get out didn't, and then he didn't participate. So I was like, Ryan's the vote.
I'm keeping what we said, 100%. I'm voting for Ryan. He's not gonna be happy, but
someone's got to go.
Between Eric and Micah, we have 5. It doesn't matter what they say or do. Chris can vote with us. He can vote against one of us. There's no idols.
Chris LeCompte is, I would say, running the boys' side right now. I guess Chris would be Oprah. Because, you know, you've seen the, like, you get a prize. He's kind of like that.
But here's the thing, is like, at this point,
Now it's just like,
Ryan's gonna come to me. We know that at this point.
You get a little bit of Chris. Everyone gets a little bit of Chris. Like, Oprah runs, I guess, her show. That's why it's called the Oprah Show. This is the Chris Show. Hopefully that will change later on, and maybe we could give a couple of those little pieces of Chris back to Chris. But, I mean, right now, he's just handing out a whole bunch of love to everyone. He needs to talk to everyone, which I guess is good for now, but we'll see.
I just want to know if I should lie or if I should say I think he's under the gun.
as hard as it is, I think you're going to have to lie Ryan this weekend just because Ryan's smart. If he knows he's on the block,
just kind of do like what I did last week with Alex.
Honestly, like, I signed up.
If you lie, there's no backlash.
I signed
From
up.
anyone.
I signed up to play. I'll keep him in the dark. I'm just gonna make him feel safe.
At this point in the game, I think this is my best shot to develop this group and develop trust, especially since we're going to another tribal. If I go with Ryan and I vote against these guys, I burn more bridges. If I vote with these guys and I vote out Ryan, I don't burn any bridges. Maybe Chris. And that bridge is already rocky because I don't know where his head's at in the game.
What's the deal with Chris? Because I love the kid to death, but I just don't know where his head's at in the game.
I know he's starting to piss me off in the game just because of like all
That's
the
what I'm saying.
drinking.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he was torqued today, you know.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, I'd like to see him go next. If we're got like
next meaning
next
before Ryan.
After.
I mean, I do feel pretty safe this week.
Yeah.
Which is a bad thing, though. That's when you get blindsided.
Yeah, but no one's gonna throw out your name just because, like, what have you done to the rest of them?
You know, I guess becoming drunk.
You provided a safe, reliable source of like entertainment for the whole season if you stay in the game. So everyone's counting on you. What are you gonna do for the next challenge?
I just thought it was a little ridiculous that people were giving me shit at the beginning because I was a little drunk. And then it turned out that me and Chris LeCompte carried our team. And we both ran into trees and hurt my nuts. But we got 4 of our 8 sticks. He's like, calm down, you're too drunk. I was like, I'm trying to get stuff done now. People think I'm just gonna be really drunk at the challenges and I'm gonna like blow myself up, which is possible, but I am pretty invested in the game. And I kind of want people to think I'm not, so they really don't see me as much as a threat. Because I feel like no one sees me as a threat right now.
I think you're right. I think the best move for us is to make sure our names aren't thrown out, try to keep the target off our back, and just see where the votes go. We can either hop on or we can split it.
This week I'm staying float, but soon I do want to vote off LeCompte. That's a definite.
I don't know. It's gonna. What's the first name that pops in your head though? Probably like Evan. Evan? That's probably like the most dangerous player right now. But I definitely don't think Evan would be that. Seems like everyone's voting Ryan. He's basically gone, unless something really weird happens, which who knows.
Yeah, we good on Evan for now. We'll talk to King, talk to whoever you talk to.
Maybe that is King.
You talk to Chris.
Yeah, I'll talk to Chris. And then would you be okay with taking out Micah possibly the next week if we lost?
It doesn't matter.
Let's fucking win a challenge.
As long as it's me, not me.
The other option is vote Evan out of the game with Ryan and Chris Thomas. And maybe Chris LeCompte would swing over with me. I mean, I think it really comes down to us making the decision tonight. I think Brandon would go with me if I told him to swap and let's go against Evan. But really, I just see Evan as more of a possible ally.
It's like literally I'm like being forced to choose between like 2 people I'm friends with. Like I'm friends with Evan, I'm friends with you. So like it's not like fun right now.
So I went to a concert, dancing the whole time, had a lot of great food, had a blast. Come back and I find out that what happened when I was having a great time was that everyone else was having a great time trying to vote me out.
Like I just would feel like I'd be completely breaking integrity back on Evan and Mike if I split them up.
I kind of knew immediately that it wasn't like the smartest thing, but I feel bad like that we've worked together and that he's been trying to build trust with me. So I felt that I owed it to him to tell him that, and obviously
Ryan's the type of player, he's not just going to give in and go down.
Honestly, for 2 years, like I've been thinking about like our season and how we played and how you and I were always kind of vague. And I think that at this vote, if you did stay with me, I'm obviously dependent on you right now. Like I would have your best interests, like if you did a favor for me now.
Yeah.
And I think that Evan, I don't know exactly why you would want him in the game over me, but I think that I'm more of a valuable asset to you later in the game. What really, really pisses me off, not that Chris LeCompte is voting me out tonight, but the fact that all of these people who I do not consider to be all-stars are still in the game and are going to make it further than me because they know I'm a threat and they're taking me out early and they're manipulating Chris LeCompte. And I'm going to tell you right now, Chris LeCompte, if you vote me out tonight, I see your chances of winning Survivor cut in half. I don't want you to regret at the end of the game, like, oh, I should have voted out Evan and Micah, or like I should have voted out this person. Like,
I mean,
I'm just saying that we have trust.
I know.
Like,
at the end of the day, it's just always going to come down to what I think is better for me. You know what I mean? That's like,
like, is it really better for you to have them in the game? I'm just so tired. What I realized was I just didn't make the right alliances, didn't get enough people on my team, and now Chris LeCompte's gonna chop my head off. I guess since that ship has sailed, it's time for me to take action into my own hands. So Evan and Micah are set on me, and so
I was
now...
gonna say that you can probably flip them to get somebody else that's not you, as long as it's not one of their season people. But if you're saying that they're set, then maybe not.
Ryan's definitely my closest ally right now, and I feel like at this point, he feels like I'm his puppy dog, kind of following him around. And right now, I'm totally okay with that because I'm riding the wave of the majority. I feel like that puts me in the safest position possible because I don't want to stand out as someone who's going to backstab people immediately. It's not a good idea.
And you think Chris
Talking
Thomas
to
will
me.
vote with you?
I know that Chris Thomas is going to vote with me.
So we have 3 then.
That's
And
only 3.
so
We would need 2 more. And that's when, like, if you could meet with Brandon and talk
I could
to him.
convince Brandon that people are going for him.
Yeah.
Then we still need 1 more to make it.
Yeah.
Make it 5.
I don't like
and
this.
Micah and Evan won't do it. Would you be okay gunning for him?
Chris LeCompte?
Yeah. Could we get him out?
So I might as well just play the rest of my hand. And what I did do was I told Michelle, because I know that her pair is Brandon, I told Michelle to call Brandon and see if we can sway him.
I should probably just tell you now that you're my partner
Okay.
in the game. And if me and Ryan are going to be allies, and if you decide to ally yourself with Ryan this early in the game, you have all of my alliances in the game.
Okay.
Ryan's freaking out because Chris is not changing his vote, and he's just like basically all but given up. Me and Senti start freaking out because we want to keep Ryan in the game.
Why is somebody partners with Ryan here?
No.
Are you guys like tight with him?
No, but I mean, like, honestly, I feel like everyone knows that we're, like, working friends with Ryan.
If it's me, Nicole, and Siona, that's 3 votes on the girls' side. So when we eventually do merge, that's 3 more votes that you'll have if you keep Ryan in the game.
I appreciate that, but at the same time, it's like I don't have any power tonight.
Well, like, what if we told you that, like, we could almost guarantee that it would be, like, at least 4?
Yeah.
Ryan, Chris Thomas.
Ryan, Chris,
his buddy Alex.
Alex, Brandon.
Oh, Ryan's buddy.
I was pretty set on voting Ryan, but then the girls talked to me, and getting in a good alliance with the girls is crucial. Just talking to them, it's a completely different game. With all the guys, it's one way. I don't know if I'm going to be able to align with these girls, so to have an in is really valuable.
And then Brandon, and that would be the majority.
And then Brandon.
Yeah. Honestly, all Chris has is him, Eric, Evan, and Micah.
But is Brandon on board?
Brandon will go wherever the majority is. That's how Brandon plays. He played my season, he was on my tribe.
There's 2 options tonight. I could either show some loyalty to Ryan, and I feel like that would go a long way with the girls. Feeling that not only they can manipulate me and get their way, but that I must trust them.
Good luck, Shubal.
Yeah, good luck.
Or I could stick with this alpha male alliance plus me, and, you know, hope that they carry and protect me as far as merge.
I don't even know what to do.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm confused. I'm the true swing vote tonight, and we'll see which way I go.
Eric, how does it feel to be back here again?
Terrible. Just embarrassing more than anything that we just keep losing. That's 2 in a row now. We would have to change something with this next challenge.
I'd say it's luck.
Girls are
It's luck.
They're smarter than us, honestly.
Apparently. Shul, how much are challenges factoring into the votes at this point? Or is it really past that already?
Past that. It sucked either way, apparently.
Ryan, last time you were the only other person to get a vote. Are you worried that you could be a target tonight?
Yes.
Why?
There are a lot of people on this tribe who want to vote me out, and people have told me to my face, which I respect.
Knowing now people are going after you, how do you respond?
I mean, obviously it's fight or flight. I can't just lay on the ground. I have to try to survive. So I'm doing what I can to do that.
Brennan, how does it, knowing one target that's potentially out there, if you continue to just throw the vote on him?
What's easy in Survivor, really? Right? In a sense, it should be easy, but because there was such factors like a long weekend, people scrambling at the last moment, anything changes at any moment in the game.
Ryan, you said, and people have said that you're a target. Who else could be a target then? I mean, why? What's the reason that it shouldn't be you?
I mean, I think that there's clearly a pocket of people who are in control of this game right now, and that pocket is very dangerous. I feel like that pocket has the potential to pick out people who are not in power. So this is more of a move for the underdogs.
It's all about the people that fall in the middle. You go with the pocket or you go with the underdog. And, just because maybe you're not a strong player, that doesn't mean you're an underdog. You're just kind of in limbo, so you got to make the best decision for yourself.
Ryan, is there anything you want to put out there? Is there anything you want to
Honestly,
say?
this has been a great experience regardless. I had a great time. I'm in this game to play more so than to win. To me, I've been thinking about this for 2 years. I know you all have. But I don't know, it's all up to you guys. You have to think what's in your best interests, not only in the short term, but what's in the long term. And think about the alliances you could have with the person that you just voted out.
It is time to vote. Nobody has immunity this time. Everybody is fair game. Micah, you're sitting down here. We will start with you.
Crowder is going to vote for Chris LeCompte tonight. It's a tit for tat kind of happening, and this is Survivor, so it'll be interesting to see whether and who survives. Vote is for Ryan.
As long as it's you and not me, then it'll be all right. See you later, side.
Once votes are ready, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Ryan. Ryan. That's 2 votes, Ryan. Chris LeCompte. It's 2 votes, Ryan. 1 vote, Chris LeCompte. Ryan. Ryan. It's 4 votes, Ryan. 1 vote, Chris LeCompte. 4 votes left. Second person voted out of Survivor Maryland All-Stars. Ryan. That's 5. That's enough tonight. Ryan, tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Well, every time it seems like you guys figure out the majority. You guys go that way. But you never know who's going to be the next one. Keep your guard up, because that one person out could be you. You guys better pick it up and win the next challenge, or I don't know what to tell you. So, that's it. You guys are good. Head back.
Next time on Survivor. Tensions on the guys' tribe are running high.
I think you would hopefully believe that me and King would not vote with them if they were trying to do that.
Yeah, what the fuck do you mean, Chris?
So, I don't know.
Are we not friends? CT. Sit at the bottom of
What are you sitting at the bottom of?
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking obvious that they're gonna backstab me at some point.
And two girls hope to bridge the gap between their sides.
And we're not voting out Siona because you're with her. We're not voting Ash because she's strong out with whatever.
Yeah.
Well, just wanted to thank Austin for putting on this whole extravaganza. It's been a fun couple days, even though I only lasted to the second tribal. I feel like I've gotten a lot out of this game, and I am a threat. If I was playing as a different person, I would vote myself out. So I give them full props for doing that. Shout out to Chris Thomas, Alex G, of course, from my Alliance and the guys team. And on the girls' side, shout out to Nicole Senti, who is my partner. I'm sorry I'm out. Shout out to Michelle for trying to save me at the last second. And Siona for always having my back. Thanks, Survivor. It's been a great time. And I guess Crowder was just crowded out.